should warn you, there's something about to change. We're standing at the border where history is made. We're cranking up the lights now so everyone can see.
Hello. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good to see you.
Wow.
How you been?
Look at this place.
Thank you.
How you doing? Nice to meet you
So
guys.
this is the Juke.
Wow.
This is a recording studio in the heart of Kuwait City.
Amazing. This is a work of art.
Oh,
This is not a studio.
glad you think so. Thank you very much.
Wow.
So what we have here, this is our live room where we record all the bands. We've got, as you can see, full amplifiers, drum kit, everything you're going to need. We've got a few workstations and we can record everything that happens in this room.
Amazing. Where did you get all these little...
Oh, the pedals?
Yeah.
That's just a collection, a lifetime collection between me and the guys. Like we're big effect geeks, so we just start collecting over time. And
each one of them has its own story, I'm sure.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he plays with it a little bit. Hashim, you want to give us a tune later on the banjo?
Oh, we definitely need to hear it too. Right? Man.
Good old banjo sound. Yep, that drum creates that percussive sound.
Yeah. It's the same as the percussion snare.
Yeah.
Loop pedal, يعني basically you're playing something.
Yeah,
but
and
then
you record it and it plays it back to you.
Again, and then you add something on top of it.
Exactly.
Okay.
The benefit of that is that you don't need another musician in the room to write a song.
Tamam.
You know, you can just sit there, you can write an idea out, and then you have that idea recorded. You can play it over and over again and experiment with new ideas on top of that.
Tamam.
And basically, sky's the limit, really.
Yeah. Hashim, I still remember, I think this was about maybe 6-7 years ago, من 7 سنين تقريبا. And كان في حفل بيت لودان, and I think it was the first time تجي فيك. And I remember at that point كان في بس maybe 5 or 6 people performing بالكويت. Today, 2018, and I can't even count the number of ناس بالكويت that are performing in concerts and events who have their own originals. قاعدين ينشرونهم على Spotify, على Apple Music. What's happening? Where are we going?
Before the Gulf War kind of put a bit of a hold on creative creative release, let's say, for artists and musicians, because for some reason there was instantly this sort of drawback of let's not put ourselves out in public anymore. We've all been through something, let's sort of keep it down and stay reserved. But a lot of musicians aren't like that, where we want to put words out. We want to, because as artists it's our responsibility to take account of what's happening today and preserve it in history.
Now you're on your way, careful with the ones you obey. No time to carry all the thoughts that'll make you worry. Your lovers, lawyers, and all of your ex-employers, they won't matter when you walk out through that door.
Could you tell us the story of the Juke?
In today's media industry, you have to be able to do a lot of things or you can't survive as a growing company, you know? You're competing, well, you're trying not to compete with these huge players like Universal, you know? So we find our ways in, and we're all very multi-talented, you know? It's not only a small studio, multimedia production studio, so we do video, photography, audio, recording, rehearsal space, performance, event management. Not only do we do all that, but we're also having to be business people running our own small business, you know? So we do a challenge. It's a challenge, but it's a fun challenge.
Hashim, do you remember when you first stood up قدام الجمهور and you had to perform something for the very first time? And do you remember شنو كان الشعور اللي كنت قاعد تحس فيه? How did it feel, that first moment?
It was frightening. It was absolutely frightening, and it was only once the song was sort of, you get that nervous shake in your knees that you're not sure if you can stay standing.
Yeah.
But the second the first couple of notes have been played, that kind of disappears, because now you're too busy thinking about what you're doing to
About the
worry
actual
about
song.
what's going wrong.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you come out of a gig, that's when you really feel that sort of sense of elation. Because when you're on stage, I don't care who you are, it feels like nothing you'll ever feel before, but it goes by in a moment. Before you know it, you're off stage, and you're like, wow, that all just happened? Like, you're not sure whether or not it happened. And that's part of the reason that performers like being back on stage, is because it didn't last long enough. You could be up there for 2 hours, it will feel like 5 minutes, and you're like, but I want to go back. Because there's this energy that you're
Adrenaline.
you're almost outside of yourself. You become a different person when you're performing, because you're no longer thinking, you know, yes, I'm Hashim, I am so and so, you know. You're just, I'm here to play music, and you start playing the music and it comes through you, and you are no longer a person, you are simply a vessel for that music.
In an ideal world, Hashim, how would you like the music scene to be بالكويت? Let's say الحين أقول لك ارسم واقع ثاني or واقع أنت تبيه تحس إنه هو أفضل للmusicians أو الperformers بالكويت. What would you draw on this canvas?
So to start with, definitely be a school. I feel education of music in Kuwait is something that we all need. Not just in Kuwait, obviously, around the world, but definitely in Kuwait. Aside from the school,
Okay.
Venues. We have plenty of venues around Kuwait, places where people can play.
تمام.
The only problem is that to get licensing for them is exceedingly difficult. And if you do get licensing, it's not necessarily no holds barred, go ahead and do what you want. There's still limitations. So I would love for there to be a proper venue where we can put on those shows like you see around the world, but in Kuwait.
Yeah, Nasser, you talked about how music can be used as a medium for good. لأن it's getting a bad rep, obviously, and this is why I'm sure there are many challenges about performing بالكويت. Can you give me an example about how music can be used as a medium for good?
Wow, there's so many ways. Just for example, music therapy. It's a great way of relaxing people. They've found the kind of music you listen to will affect your mood. If you listen to calming, soothing classical music in the car, you're less likely to experience road rage. Very important in Kuwait. If you listen to hard, heavy music, really loud and high volume, you're going to be more angry. It actually raises your blood pressure, raises your heart rate, or calming music can lower your blood pressure and your heart rate. There's an immediate physiological response to music. But beyond that, the brains of children who are developing that are exposed to music tend to be much more developed. They tend to be more intelligent, more open, more communicative. And as you go on to actually performing music, actually getting in and becoming part of the music and creating it, it's a very multifunctional cognitive activity. So you will actually see a lot of really good brain development for people.
Sure. And what makes a perfect song for you, Nasser? When you look at a song and you're like, this song is perfect.
Yeah, it's on a case-by-case basis, really, because to me, everything is perfect if it does what it wants to do the way it wanted to do it, okay? So there's a great song written by John Cage, which is, I forget the name of the song, but it's 4.5 minutes of silence. He goes
4.5 minutes of silence.
What's it called?
It's called 433.
It's called 433. It's 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence. He goes on stage, sits down in front of the piano.
Wow.
And he sits there.